something happened to you that has never happened to any ordinary soul in recorded spiritual history. In the last few weeks, you carried a burden so heavy, it felt like it belonged to someone else. And it did. You wept for people you barely knew. You stayed awake holding something invisible in your chest, something you couldn't name or explain. You felt responsible for outcomes that had nothing to do with your physical life. And here is the part that will shake you. That weight you carried, it actually worked. Something shifted in the unseen world because of you. In thousands of years of spiritual history, only a handful of souls have been given this specific assignment. Most people pray for themselves. Most people carry their own burdens and move on. But there exists a rare class of being, not angel, not ordinary human, who is placed on earth to carry what others cannot hold. The ancient texts called them bridges. The unseen realm calls them intercessors. They are born feeling too much, sensing too deeply, absorbing atmospheres that no one around them can even detect. What happened to you is not new, but souls like you appear only once in generations. Recently, you made a decision that most people would not have made. When you had every right to be selfish, you chose otherwise. When you could have walked away from someone's pain, you stayed quietly, invisibly, without applause. You said nothing to anyone. You didn't post it. You didn't seek credit. You simply felt a pull towards someone's suffering, and you responded to it with your whole heart. That moment was not accidental. It was a test embedded in your timeline, and you passed it without even knowing you were being evaluated. What you do not know is that you have been watched. Not by cameras, not by people, but by forces that exist beyond what the human eye can register. There are dark forces that tried to discourage you, to make you feel crazy, to isolate you, so you would abandon your sensitivity and become numb like everyone else. And there are divine forces, ancient, luminous, assigned specifically to your frequency, who have been recording every silent prayer, every tear you cried for a stranger, every moment you chose love when bitterness was available. You have never truly been alone in any of it. There were multiple moments they tested you. The time someone betrayed you and you chose not to retaliate, even though you had the power to. The time you were overlooked, dismissed, made to feel small, and instead of hardening, you softened. The time you were in your own pain and still found a way to intercede for someone else's healing. Each of those moments was not coincidence. They were carefully placed scenarios designed to see whether your integrity was real or performed. You chose correctly every single time, even when it cost you something deeply personal. The higher beings have a classification system that most humans never hear about. Within that system, there is a designation so rare that entire councils convene when one is identified. You have been classified as what they call a dangerous soul. Not dangerous in destruction, but dangerous to darkness. You are the kind of soul that, simply by existing with integrity, dismantles systems of deception. Your presence in a room shifts atmospheres. Your prayers carry a frequency that bypasses ordinary channels. You are flagged not because you are perfect, but because you refuse to let your wounds turn you into a weapon against others. In a moment that existed outside of time, something extraordinary occurred. The archangels who govern the frequency of intercession paused their assignments and turned their attention to you. What you did in secret, that quiet act of carrying another person's burden without recognition, was witnessed at the highest level. It was not small. It was not overlooked. It reverberated through dimensions you have not yet learned the names of. And the divine presence that holds all of creation looked at you, specifically at you, and what was seen causes something ancient and powerful to be set into motion on your behalf. Then came the decree, not spoken in any human language, but felt across every layer of your being. A divine activation, the kind that cannot be undone, cannot be reversed, cannot be stolen. The universe itself, responding to your proven character, issued an instruction that your true identity could no longer remain hidden. The seal over your assignment was broken open. The gifts that were dormant began to surface. The clarity that had been delayed began to arrive. Your life did not change because of luck. It changed because something far greater than luck looked at who you truly are and said, "It is time. You are not who you thought you were. You are an ancient soul, one who has walked through many layers of existence before arriving here in this body. In this century, in this specific moment of history, you are a celestial intercessor, a being woven from both the seen and the unseen, assigned to stand in the gap between what is broken and what is possible. Your sensitivity is not a disorder. Your depth is not a flaw. Your ability to feel what others cannot feel is not weakness. It is weaponry. You were not born to fit in. You were born to intercede, to bridge, to carry the frequency of restoration wherever you walk. Your mission is specific. You are here to anchor something the world is desperately losing: the frequency of compassionate intercession. Every time you pray without being asked, every time you hold space for someone's pain without minimizing it, every time you choose integrity when compromise was easier, you are fulfilling a cosmic function. You are not here to be famous. You are not here to be celebrated by crowds. You are here to be a stabilizing force in the unseen realm, whose effects ripple into the physical world in ways that cannot always be traced back to you. That invisibility is part of the design dot, and now, because the decree has been issued, the material world begins to respond. Doors that were sealed are becoming unsealed. Resources that were withheld are being redirected toward you. Relationships that were toxic are dissolving without drama. The right people, those aligned with your assignment, are being drawn into your atmosphere. You will begin to notice synchronicities accelerating, opportunities arriving without effort, a sense of peace replacing the confusion that once defined your days. This is not magic. This is the universe honoring a soul that proved itself worthy of divine partnership. Your awakening does not stay contained to you. It cannot. An intercessor by nature carries influence that spreads through proximity, through prayer, through simple presence. The people around you will begin to shift without knowing why. Someone in your family will experience a breakthrough they cannot explain. A friend will feel inexplicably drawn back to their purpose. A stranger you prayed for silently will receive an answer they had almost stopped believing in. You don't need to announce what you are. The ripple moves whether you speak or stay silent. Your assignment works through you even when you are unaware. You are not alone in this awakening. Across this planet, thousands of intercessors are being activated simultaneously. They are in different countries, different cultures, different circumstances, but they carry the same frequency you carry. They also felt crazy. They also wept without explanation. They also chose integrity in moments when no one was watching. They are waking up right now, just as you are. And as each one activates, the collective frequency of intercession on this earth strengthens. You are part of a network that was designed before you were born. And it is finally coming online. If something in these words landed in a place that felt like recognition rather than information, do not scroll past this moment. That feeling is not coincidence. It is confirmation. Comment 777 below so the universe can register your acknowledgement. Share this with someone who has always felt too deeply, who has always carried more than their share, who has always known they were different, but never had the words for why. Subscribe so you receive what comes next, because what is being released in this season is building towards something that will require you to be present for every part of it. You are not meant to stumble across this and leave unchanged.